Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm sure you read the title, and yeah, I know some of you already know, but I kind of realized that I never actually mentioned this at all to my YouTube audience. So yeah, let's just have a conversation about it. So first and foremost, I'm here with my good friend Alice, who's here to just as moral support. So say hi.
Come at me with all you got.
All right, bring
Hi,
it on.
it's me. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to clarify first and foremost
Bring it on,
that
all at
this video won't
Three,
be
two,
for everybody.
one.
You know what I mean? Like I know we're playing
Guess I'll have
Squadra,
to
but
crank it
we're
up.
not like
Not
playing
bad
Squadra.
having
We're
you
literally
on
sitting in a
side.
CPU match.
All right,
So
let's get it
if
on.
this video doesn't really interest you, or you get uncomfortable with any of the topics discussed, feel free to click off. It's no big deal. And I'll hope to see you guys in another video. But yeah, let's just get into it. So yeah, I am transgender. I identify as a woman. Yay! As you can tell from at this point in time, I haven't done little to no voice training, so that's something I gotta work on. But I am happy to say that as of today, a couple hours before
I'm not gonna lose to another
before I recorded this, I am officially on estrogen. Yay! It's so great. It was quite the process, and I won't get into it all today, but oh my god, there were so many mistakes made today by like the doctor and my healthcare provider. Like they just like totally screwed it up, and like I had to like make a bunch of phone calls,
No big deal.
and I had to go back and forth between places to get it all sorted out. Because I'm sorry, I was not leaving today on the planet Earth without my estrogen. I really wanted it so bad. So yeah, I'm officially starting hormone therapy. So that's something I'm unbelievably excited for.
No need to worry about me.
It's not something I plan on overly sharing on this platform. It's not something I'm going to like talk about every video or anything. But I just thought it's worth letting you guys know that that is happening now, and it's very exciting for me. I don't know, I'm just really looking forward to it, and, you know, if you guys follow me on social media and stuff, which I will link in the description, it's always linked in the description, you could probably find more about my journey on there. I'm probably talking about it very frequently, if that's something you're interested in. But again, no pressure, if you're just here for the chill Squadra videos, like, you're just here for that, you know, that's fine. But, yeah, I have known that I was this way for quite a while now. I'm gonna say at least since like December of 2024 is about what I knew. Yeah. And something that makes me a little sad to say is that at that time I was kind of actually okay with it. At the time I even brought up the idea, like soft dropped the idea on my friends about like, oh, well, what if I was this? Like you know, what would that be like? Like, what could I do? And they actually had nice things to say, and they gave great answers. And so, like, I was actually, like, in a pretty reasonable position to potentially begin transitioning and not really feel this huge level of pressure, because I actually had friends who would have supported me. But, truth be told, unfortunately, not that long after I had these discussions with friends of mine, I kind of grew apart from them. You know, it's someone's fault. It's not really their fault. Not really mine. It just kind of happens in life. And because of this, I didn't really have friends to kind of like fall back on with the idea of transitioning. So because this was around a time where I was more alone than I was used to, I kind of just like let myself ignore it for a little longer, because without any sort of like outside reassurance, it was really easy to start doubting myself and not want to go through with it. So I did it for quite a while. So, like, publicly, I was not out, like, in the slightest. The only place where I feel like I could express my true self on some level was on social media and stuff. Some of you, I'm gonna say it's probably a very, very small amount of you, because it's been like well over a year now. But my account kind of blew up on social media like about a little over a year ago is when I hit like, you know, over 100 followers, and then like it quickly became like 300, then 500, then 1,000, and then a couple thousand, you know. But really early on, I was very, very, very secretive about myself and my life and stuff. Because I figured, like, if I gave out any information about me, like, people would know that, like, what I am. Like, even though I knew that I was a woman, I was really afraid. Like, even on an anonymous social media site, I was really afraid to basically say the words, like, I am a woman. Regardless if I was, you know, like, cis or trans, like, I was afraid to say or do anything about it, you know. I was just like, oh, I'm just anonymous, like, I'm just nobody. Because that's how it was in real life. Like, I'm not saying this is the case for everybody, but when you're trans and you're not really out, like, kind of all you really want is to, like, just, like, be invisible, just to, like, just blend in with everybody else. You just don't want to stand out because you don't want people to know, you know, and that's kind of sad. And that's kind of how it was online too. I wasn't really being my authentic self, even in a space where it very easily could have, but it would have, like, not been a problem at all. But I'm glad to say that did change last year, because, you know, I met some nice people online, and especially a huge shout out to, Ika. She also has her own YouTube channel, and she's a very close friend of mine. We were, I think, talking to each other through, like, DMs and stuff, and she was actually the first person to, like, clock me as a trans woman. And that, like, was, like, really shocking, because, like, at least in my mind, like, nobody in the whole world knew. And, like, I could barely even admit it to myself. But, like, she was able to just, like, kind of just, like, piece it together, even without, like, concrete evidence. So she just, like, asked me just straight up, like, all right, is that what you are? And kind of hesitantly and really scared, I said, like, yeah, you're right. And she was immediately supportive, and that was very shocking, because that was the first step, I think, to realizing, like, oh, it's actually okay that this is what I am. And from then on, I think I started to express myself a little bit more online. I was more comfortable with, like, openly being a non-cis person online, and talking about myself and my interests more, and making what I do online more personal instead of being a little bit more conformative, I think is the word. And that really helped me, because it felt like, because it's very hard to do that in real life. It really much is. It's very hard to want to be very different and to actually go through with it in real life. It really is. So I'm glad that I did it, like, online first, is what I'll say.
If you stick with me,
Because I don't know, it was a good stepping stone. It showed me that, like, you can do this, and it can be a normal thing, and it's not a thing that you have to be judged for. It's something that can be frowned upon. And so I did, and, like, okay, guys, little fun fact, actually. So my original Twitter account was Diana Hearts, and I actually made that username, like, years before I even knew. Like, I just needed some random username that just wasn't just, like, my full real name. Like, I that's just what I came up with. And like, I'm really happy with myself because like, I picked the perfect goddamn name years in advance. It's like, I don't know. It's just a really cool coincidence because it's like, yeah, that's just me now. That is just who I am. And that kind of gets to my next point. And this is where the more recent kind of changes have happened, and it's why I am, you know, currently doing hormone therapy. The biggest thing I realized through that time of kind of being able to express myself more in an online space where I felt safe was I was starting to realize just how different my life was as an online content creator versus just like the real life D, just like a, you know, average Joe Schmo. The differences between the two were starting to grow larger, and it felt like large, like such like a large difference, like month by month. The more I felt like myself online, the more I realized that like the way I acted in real life was just like a total sham, basically. That it's just super performative, and it's just masking, and again, like the difference is crazy to me because on social media, it's almost like the mindset is I want people to know as much about me as possible because I think I'm cool and I have interesting things to say or whatever, right? Like, I want people to think about me. I want people to talk about me. I want people to, I don't know, like, it sounds a little egotistical, but I hope you understand what I mean by that. Like, right? Like, I want people to know more about me. Like, that's something I actively want to happen. Versus in real life, where I feel like any information anyone has about me just feels like something they can use against me. Unfortunately, because of prejudices that exist in our society and that kind of stuff. So, the more I noticed this, the more uncomfortable I became with the concept of just, like, being content with where I was, because I really wasn't at all. It made me really sad to kind of just, like, bury what I felt like deep down. And only being able to express it on, you know, an online platform, and playing this stupid game with my friends. Like, I felt like I love being this way so much. Like, just here, and like all I do is I play games and I make funny social media posts, right? Like, it's such a small part of what life actually is. I'm like, what if I felt this way all the time about everything? Where I can just be joyful, just be myself and express myself and tell the jokes I want to and act the way I want to. Like, it sounded so wonderful. It really did. So, you know, about 2 months ago, I was looking into starting, hormone therapy because I thought that'd be really good for me. And, sheesh, it's crazy to think, like, I mean, like, I do think I am fortunate being able to even start it at all. Like, a lot of people aren't in that position. And I do really, really feel for them. Because, you know, I was in that position for a while where it just felt like, even though I wanted to, it's just like, I just can't do it. Whether it's money or, you know, social things, it's like, you just can't do it. You just can't get yourself to do it. So, you know, I am fortunate, though. And even just the wait for today, on some level, it was like agonizing. Because, you know, like, I wasn't doing great before, but, like, it almost hurt knowing that, it almost hurt more knowing how much potential I actually had. You know, when I was feeling kind of down about myself, just in life, just in general, not even related to the gender thing, it's like, I didn't think too highly of myself, to be honest. And again, I'm really grateful for the platform I have because it has made me realize that I can do things that I didn't think I ever could do. And like realizing that I actually really had the potential to live a life that could be as fulfilling as I always dreamed. Like having it so close to your grasp and just like not quite having it yet. It kind of tore me up inside, which is why I've just been so. The past couple of weeks have just been just this massive struggle for me, especially this past week because I was actually supposed to start hormone therapy like about a week ago or so. But it ended up getting delayed due to a severe weather storm near where I live, and it cut off the power, and it just made it delayed by a week, which isn't the end of the world, you know. It's just 1 week, but jeez, this has been the longest week of my life. Like it's been insanely mentally exhausting on every level because I kept having bad luck to me all week, just bad stuff happening. And guys, don't worry, this isn't normally the case, but I was kind of overworked this week. I was scheduled for way more days in a row than what normally happens. I was really confused on it. But just just doing nothing but working for like a week straight, and having this on your mind and like exclusively this on your mind, like, it really hurt me. And there were several times during this week where like I just like completely mentally broke down, like I pretty much like bawled my eyes out all week. That's just what it feels like. And it's been really hard. And for as much pain as I've been in, I kind of like I feel fine now. I really do. Because like it's just over, and like I know that I can actually just like look forward to the rest of my life now. Because a big problem I've had for a long time is I've had very little motivation to better myself in ways that would be really beneficial for my life, like working out more, having a better diet, for example. It's just basic stuff like that. I have never had the motivation to really do better in those fields, because the thing I kept telling myself was, even if you were perfect at everything, there would still be like a puzzle piece missing out of your life, and you still wouldn't be happy, like truly. So I never did. Once I started to gain a little weight, once I started to start eating a little less healthy, once I started being less, like, I don't want to say clean, right? Like, I'm not, like, filthy or anything, but, I don't know, just, basically just taking care of yourself less. I let it happen, and I let it happen, because I was like, what would even be the point of getting better? That's sad, it really is, but I'm happy to say that as of right now, I feel like that puzzle piece of my life has been filled. I can see the full picture now. I can see, even if it's a really long trip and it's a really hard one, it's like I feel like I'm on the right road now. Before I was on a road that went nowhere. Then there's no point. Just endless driving just for the sake of it. But it feels like now I'm on a road in my life where there really is a bigger purpose, and I want to reach that. There is a destination now, if that makes any sense. Right? It's not just aimlessly driving around. So yeah, I'm really excited for my future. I'm gonna work really hard to be the person that I want to be now that I've gotten the proper medical help that I needed. And so I think what I would say to you guys is, if you like relate to this at all, like, first of all, like I'm really sorry, you know. I do get it. It's not easy, and having this weight on your soul,
Huh?
or
There it is.
a
Let us begin.
Let's have some fun.
like a void in you almost. Like,
You're going down.
it really does feel awful, and it can consume your whole
Now's your
life.
chance.
So
Here we go.
even though it's hard, like you gotta just pursue.
Dragon Ball is mine.
You really do.
Fine.
You-
If you need my help, you got
Just
it. I don't
some
need
way,
your
somehow,
help. Slow me down.
find the help that you need, because I will tell you with 100% certainty that I would not be in the position I am right now without people to help. That was basically half the problem. Because if you recall what I said earlier, I was actually really close to just like being okay with myself. I was really close to just being like, oh yeah, I can just do that. And it's fine.
Want a challenge?
But, you know, I didn't really have people to fall on to anymore. And that really kind of ruined my perspective on what could be. On what I was capable of. You know, and
How about a free salad?
with, you know, the help of you guys and my friends, you know, awesome people like Alice, for example, you were wonderful. Really make me feel wanted and welcome. I think everybody deserves that, you know. And I really struggled with that for a long time, feeling like I deserved it.
Always with the craft
You know,
remarks.
wondering if like anybody was gonna help me. And like it's really hard, but sometimes you gotta be the one who takes the first step. You gotta take the first step. So I don't know. I think that'd be my main advice more than anything is like you gotta find someone who is like-minded. And again, I'm not just talking about like life specifically. I'm talking about like just any issue. It could be mental or physical. You just gotta find somebody who just understands you and is willing to help you through your journey. Because I think life is all about self-improvement. We can always find ways to do better for ourselves. And to do more for others. At least that's the way I view it. I always want to find a way to do more for others because people are awesome, but sometimes it's hard to find the right people, I guess. But when you do, it feels like nothing in the whole world. Like it's actually irreplaceable. Like, for as crazy as it is to say it, like I never thought I'd say this, but like you could offer me $1 million to give up the life I have right now with all these awesome people in this community. You can give me $1 million, and I don't think I would say no, because I cannot replace this. Like I'm happy to say that like I have found my people, I have found my community, like, and I made it with my own bare hands, and that's something that I never thought I'd be able to do again, because it's not really too important to this video, and I don't want to pry too much into my personal life. You know, I've definitely had a couple of, let's say, failed careers or life paths, let's just put it like that. And it really sucks because when that stuff happens, you get this thing in your head that really makes you believe that like well, yeah, I failed. You know, it's my fault, and I'm not really capable of doing something like that again. But I proved that I can, you know, because it's something I've always viewed about this channel and just myself in general is that no matter what I'm doing, I'm always going to be an artist, first and foremost, because that is what I've always wanted to be for my whole life. And that's what I feel like I am on the inside. Like, my true passion, #1 in the whole world, is art of some kind. Whether that's performative art, drawing art, making the videos, even something like making shitty tweets online. Like, there's something artistic about it.
Let's keep it up.
I don't know, I'm just really glad that I've been able to continue and still pursue that idea. The one that I've longed for like my whole life, and I've been really, really working for.
Get any closer.
Because, I mean, I feel like anybody in my shoes, like, if you knew how many times I have just completely and utterly failed, like, I wouldn't blame you if you were just like, yeah, I guess that's it. I just kind of gave up on this thing. I just gotta do something else. You know? I felt that way a lot. I'm glad I never really gave in, because I wouldn't be here right now doing this if that was the case, if I did give up on that.
Show a little backbone. I'm fine. I'm just a little tired.
Great work. Don't slack off.
I think my closing thoughts would be that for the past year or so, I have kind of thought of the average person versus the content creator as basically like two different people who live polar opposite lives and are basically nothing like each other. But that's not really true, because both of them are me, you know?
You can still find it.
It's not really right for me to say, oh, because I don't feel like it's a made-up persona. Like, this, who I am online, it doesn't feel like made up. It doesn't feel played up just because it's like content or the internet. Like, deep down, I know it's who I am on the inside. And so, you know, I'm tired of being real life dating, you know? Like, I don't have to be like that anymore. If I work hard enough, I can be the person that I actually am. You know? Because what's funny is that, you would think how I am online is like what's the word? Almost like the performance, the act. But honestly, real life is the actual act. That is where I am pretending, and I'm just like a total phony. Because it sounds stupid, but how I act in real life is not the real me. Not even close. So I want that to change. I want D the creator and D the person. I want them to be the same person. More than anything in the whole world right now. So that's what I'm gonna work towards. I'm gonna work really hard to improve myself and prove that me in real life is just as cool as I am on the little video games online. Yeah, honestly, I had no idea what this video was like, but I'm really glad I was able to have this conversation. I felt like it's really good to air this out, and as I work towards this journey, I think it's important for me to be open about it with you guys. Because again, that was kind of part of the problem, was that I was just so to myself, you know. I didn't want to talk about any of this with anybody, whether it's real life or on here. But as I move closer to kind of becoming one whole person, the person that I really want to be, I'm happy to say that it started here. It really did. you guys' support and you guys watching the videos, it has always driven my passion higher than I could have ever imagined, and it has let me express myself in ways that I didn't think I ever would be able to express myself. So, yeah, I'm really grateful for you guys.
I'm totally
I hope you
ready.
guys stick around for my journey. And like I said, this is not something
We can
that I'm
start
going to like
anytime.
update you guys on like every other week in every video. Because at the end of the day, like I just want to be here and just make dumb Squadra videos for you guys. Like that's pretty much it. But yeah, thank you guys for caring. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.